Notepad and on, and I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on a Saga of Blood, Iron, and Soil again. I said I would do it, but, ta-da! So here I am. Sorry I was a little bit late today. I meant to stream a lot earlier. I meant to stream about like an hour ago, but I just got held up doing things and having to explain Cascadian Europeans. It's a confusing mess, and one day I might do an Americana stream and literally just go over American bullshit. Just because a lot of Europeans just don't get that sometimes. But it's the same thing that how we don't understand European things, and Europeans don't sometimes understand American things, and we don't even know what the fuck's going on in China. I'm lucky enough to have like a decent understanding of most things because I went to school for it. I did a lot. I did a lot of work to be able to shitpost on the internet more accurately. It's a great thing. It's not. Also, apparently, Profit Bot just didn't decide to ping everyone. Cool, boggers, awesome. Let's go. So, roughly speaking, if we go down to Saga, Blood, Iron, and Soil, we go here. Last time, we managed to really go through where was it? The kind of the domain system. It was only like 3-4 pages. However, it was like an important set of land. An important set of things to do by virtue of that's kind of setting up today. Because today, what we're going to be doing is the farm. Otherwise known as we're going to be doing all the map stuff today. Which maybe isn't the most fascinating thing in the world to do, but it's also something you need to do. Because I'm only going to be able to stream for about an hour today. Hour 15, hour 20. Because things got moved up. That's why I didn't start right away when the music ended. Because I got a call being like, oh no, we have to do things now. I'm like, fuck. If I can actually type correctly, I need to go here. Double check that. I can actually probably delete this. We go to the farm and the land. Alright, still not 100% on the honor cost, though. I really am not 100% on that. But what we need to do is, we'll call it the Lands of Iceland. The Lands of Iceland, and we are going to make it we're going to have to make it heading 3. So, Lands of Iceland. As stated above, let's see, actually, if we're going to make a 10 by 10, what's 1,000 acres? What's 1,000 acres worth of land? Not the 1997 family drama film, to 100 acres isn't actually that much. I always forget this. Let me think. Because, yeah, this isn't actually... So, 1,000 across would be about 1.5 square miles. And if we do, we'll just do map of Iceland. We do a map of Iceland, I need a good topographical map of Iceland. Yeah, so here we go. This is the rough topographical map. 10,000 topograph maps, and we want to do, can I get something to use here? This would be real poggers. Oh, I can get this map for free. Wow, I can get this map for free. One of the most extensive map public ever taken in the entire country. Well, let's get this map. Okay, I'm actually gonna get this map later probably, but I just need something to kind of work with because let's see. So we want to do square miles of Iceland. So you're going to be taking pretty much not that much of land, and I'm trying to think of like what. So actually, how many? Let's convert this to acres. That's a lot of acres, but we're only going to be dealing with about 1,000 of them. So they're not. This isn't going to be like very big spaces. We're going to be dealing with. If we do 100 mile acres, we're going to be roughly dealing with 10 by 10. If we're dealing with 10 by 10 acres, what am I thinking of? What am I? I'm not even doing. Not even going to attempt the math there. Fuck it. So I stated above the map. The map of the corner of the world, the corner of Iceland. Iceland, which is claimed by, which become the new home for the clan, is divided into 200 acre squares, representing the territory able to be claimed. Because if we really want to be specific about it, it's a little bit harder than just saying you're going to claim a square necessarily. That's not what this is about. That's the thing. But this is more, the idea is that one square, for example, that one little square of 100 acres, you're claiming the right to use it. Not necessarily claiming the right to do anything else other than just exploit what's on it. Multiple people can start exploiting a single tile, and you're probably going to want to kill him over it. So it's divided into 100 acre squares, representing territory able to be claimed by the clans in the area. Each area is divided into. Actually, let's see. Each area is divided into sections. Actually, each tile is separated. Is separated by is defined by three variables. My three main. Three main variables, and we're gonna do it's quality, resources, and so it's quality, the resource, and what else am I thinking of? I can see it in my mind. I can see it in my head. So it's the idea of just the land quality. Shitty land is a lot more abundant than good land. That's the problem. You can raise the quality of the land a little bit, but it's not really going to change all that much. You're still just going to be producing shit, and that shit is going to be as much producing as you can. So the resource is what's actually on the said tile. It's going to be things like bog iron, which is the way that everybody in Iceland actually got, iron back in this day. Bog iron it's impure iron deposits in bogs and swamps. This is how you got iron. You didn't mine it out of the ground necessarily in Iceland. You got it through here. This is where a little bog iron chunk, which was the big part of the economy. So it's things like bog iron. The quality, the resources. I wonder, did I ever put in? No, this isn't it. I remember, I think I wrote something down for it. So and that's going to be things also like lumber, which good lumber is hard to come by. So quality, the resources available, and I guess we'll call it quality, resources, and terrain. Each out. Quality. Quality indicates the tile's ability to be converted. Actually, indicates the tile's quality. Quality indicates the tile's fertility, and grazing potential. The dealing how the clan is pastoral. Keeping the animals fed. Animals fed is priority, as well as being able to house them properly. With Iceland's conditions, having fertile soil is somewhat having fertile soil to raise strong crops. Crops can be the difference between starvation and salvation. I.e., you're mostly going to be converting it into feed. That's the idea. You're not going to have 100 acres worth of feed there. Most of it's going to be converted into things like hay for your animals during the winter. Well, some of it's going to be like, here's like an acre's worth of little fruits and vegetables and shit. I kind of wanted to give the impression of like, an individual tile being dedicated to farming isn't all just going to be just farming. It's going to be different things, but mostly kind of hay and shit like that. Because that's a lot easier to manage. I'm getting pinged for something. Okay, finally you ping me. Oh, goodness. Thanks, ProfitBot, for telling everybody finally. 17 minutes after I started streaming. With Iceland's conditions, with having fertile storm rain, strong crops, with difference between starvation and salvation. Resource indicate tells what the tile actually produces. Actually, what we can do is this. We won't make this an independent heading, but we're just this indicates this, and then we put you right here. So resource, Iceland is rich in natural resources. Natural resources for the clan to exploit. Surviving in this harsh territory, harsh territory requires creativity and what do I want to say? Creativity and what am I trying to say here? Surviving this harsh territory requires creativity and being tough effectively, and understanding what can be used. Actually, MB, it's creativity and resourceful. A tile with a resource can be used to exploit that resource, allowing the clan to profit off of it, or simply have the resource in, simply have access to to it. Hey, having the ability to have iron is actually pretty valuable, it seems. Having the, having the rights to the only patch of walruses in the area is going to make you pretty rich. And trust me, people are going to want it. This is where little stories pop up. This is where the stories are going to pop up mostly. So, and then finally we're going to have terrain. The natural landscape is dominated by trees and highland. While it is diverse and beautiful, living is priority. Already different. Let's see, different tile. Each tile will have a terrain associated with it. Which may require work to, which may slow down work, or worse, require the clan to clear it. Because, fun fact, kids, you're not growing fucking crops in a forest. That's just not how that works. Okay, so we go to quality, and then we're going to... Because what I want this to be pretty, I'm going to say, easy to understand. Because I want the GM to be able to just say, like, this is what your area is without any, like, massive time investment being like, well, I've, spent the past 4 hours perfecting this. Like, yeah, no, it shouldn't be that difficult to actually do. So let's go there. We need to do quality. So we go here, we do quality, actually tile quality. Grazing value, and then we'll do fertility value. Is that how I want to word this? Feed. Okay, no, we'll do we'll do feed value. So we'll break this down into barren, sparse. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Why am I over? So barren means nothing there. Sparse has something. Let's see. See, if this was a different game, it's called Edenic, but that's not quite the. Okay, actually, we'll do perfect. What would be a good meat? That's like average tile quality. Yeah. So, if we want fertility value to produce, let's say the ideal is going to be 25 feed. You're going to only produce 15 feed here. Sparse is going to produce 5 feed. Barrens can produce nothing, which leads to perfect, which is going to have 40 feed. Which the idea is, this is. Let me see if I can actually bring this up. I can kind of explain. This is a little bit easier to explain. Oh, hello, Eric. Oh, where's my Icelandic Viking husband? Not here. Fertility value in the pregnancy game. Don't worry, I'll explain that in a second. New Twitch account. And also, thank you for following the one you will know. Icelandic Viking men. So, how this works is fairly simple. So, I don't need you anymore. Is every single one, effectively. Every single tile is going to produce either feed or it's going to produce grazing. Pretty much just grazing land or feed. During fall, it would be fall, summer, and spring. Yeah, fall, summer, and spring. You're just going to be worrying about grazing land. That's all you really need to worry about. Well, feed is your ability to actually feed your animals during the winter months. Also, hello, Luca. So, the idea... Actually, I should update this, by the way. I'm going to update this before I forget, which I inevitably will. Also, I have no idea if this is actually even turning up well, because it's a little bit, but... Because it turns out, being in a place where you have to raise animals, turns out animals eat a lot. Fun fact. And so, what occurs is your herds are going to grow in size. And it kind of depends on what you're dealing with. I kind of have it all here. Sheep are going to grow about one size annually. Cows are going to grow about one every 2 years. And the only problem are chickens, which are going to grow seasonally. And then they go from minuscule, which is kind of a very small amount, small, medium, large, and then a massive herd of them. Problem is, these things still need to eat. And what occurs if you go down to here, my example here is sheep are going to need to eat 3 times their size and feed to actually survive the winter. However, they only need a certain amount of grazing land to actually survive. Is this accurate? Absolutely not. Because technically, every cow requires let's see, it's 2 cows require 1 egg, I believe, like 5 acres. There was I did the math on it. It was like you could have 50 cows effectively on a 100-acre farm, on a 100-acre piece of land. Bear with me here, folks. So as the herd grows in size, it becomes more difficult to actually feed them, and their grazing requirements gets a little bit more intense. So if you want to ever grow your horde and grow your herd, i.e. get more money and get more honor out of them, you're going to need to expand your feed, and you need to expand your grazing land. And that's pretty much how it works. What happened if you can't? You cull them. You kill, you pretty much either, it's kind of the complex idea of you're selling off animals, you're killing animals, and you're just eating a lot. You kind of want to control your herds. You're also trying to make sure that they eat properly, to make sure people are actually kind of, staying alive. Because that's like one of the most important aspects. It's staying alive. And you're going to probably want to kill your animals at some point, because they're not really... Some of them just aren't very efficient. I have 310 notepad points. Yeah, pretty much. God. Oh god, I have 5 people in chat. This is scary. Oh god. Is this just Farmville? To a degree. Because the entire goal is me want money, me want honor, and you want to know, and you want money and honor, so me want expand farm to get more money and honor. It's like, okay, that's a pretty standard circular thing. I want to expand to get more money, to get more resources, so my family, kind of grows and prospers. However, everybody else is also thinking that, and you do not have the resources necessary to do it, because you have a shitty plot of land, and you're going to have to fight over it. And that's like one of the big ideas I want to get across in this is, claiming just little land is actually fairly important, and it's very good. And it makes you feel like, hey, yeah, more children, more power, effectively. A rich man is always going to be more powerful than a poor one, especially in this era, which you kind of want to expand. But everybody also wants here's the thing. Everybody also wants your power. That's kind of the catch. So, your awesome sheep farm may be doing great. But those Hrothgar fuckers from across the valley, those fuckers, well, in the middle of the night, they came by and unleashed half your fucking flock. They're gone. You don't have any of that now. They're gone because they hate you and they want to take your shit. So you go out and stab one of them to death. But oh no, turns out they didn't do it. Turns out one of your thralls is just an idiot. And now you have a feud on your hands. Now you have problems on your hand. Because again, this isn't mechanized. None of this is actually really mechanized. This is people literally going out to keep, a dozen cows alive. Especially early on where... This is the thing with longhouses back in, like, old Iceland. Very Viking Age Iceland. One of the big things that you had to kind of think about... Only way to kill is to murder all kin of a victim, pretty much. One of the big things about this is that you didn't really, you couldn't really afford to have a barn back then because we're here. You have like a peat longhouse to live in. So the fact that you've built this up, your animals might actually live with you in your house, along with up to 30 other, possibly up to almost 30 other people. Again, it sucks early on. You are pretty much entering hostile territory, and it's being told to fuck off. And it's that expansion is what I really want this game to feel like, to be like, which is you're always kind of coming into conflict with other people. Whether it's something more personal or something a little bit less personal. I just want a lot of money, and you guys are cutting off trade to the river. Now we can't deliver any of our goods down the river. Well, we need to fix this. Or, hey, we are... Or, hey, the fact that the Hrothgar family and us, we have this kind of tentative alliance going on right now, but next generation, we don't really like each other very much. Things change. So, if things go according to plan, what I want you to do is I want you to really expand out into places and feel actually good about it. So, and also kind of restrict some of where the map goes in some aspects. Where I want you to be able to say, I want to expand here among, like, the coastlines and shit. Because that's where all the good land is. But your enemies also want to do that. Like, nobody wants to claim the shitty piece of highland bullshit, because that's bad. Let's see. 100 is 25 grazing land. So if we use ideal to be 25 grazing land, we can actually cut you even down. So, kind of the perfect grazing land is like, you can feed a lot of goddamn things. But again, cows, like, technically, let me see, cows per acre. What's the accepted cows per acre? Let's see. 11 cows on 20 acres. So, pretty much it's, you have 1.8 acres per cow. That's the accepted one. A large... like an actual large farm, and I actually did calculate some of this out. You could have about 50 cows on 100 acres. 50 cows, and that's like punishing, by the way. That's very punishing. Like, you do not have a lot of land to work with. What the fuck is going on in chat? Midsummer Cult in the game. A lot of the religious stuff is, I'm gonna leave that kind of up to you, like how you guys want to handle it. Mostly because the extent of Norse religion can be summarized as do whatever the fuck you feel like as long as it's cool. because there wasn't like a priesthood or anything. That's like the big idea. And because there wasn't really any priesthood or anything, it's kind of hard to be like, well, this is what this is. Let's see. Grazing. We'll actually do grazing value. Grazing value indicates the amount of, actually the size, and indicates the size of of a herd, of a group of animals, that indicates the size of a group of animals that can inhabit the tile and eat relatively well. Grazing off the land to fill their diet. The fertility value indicates how much feed can be produced in the tile, should it be used for farming. Feed is required to keep animals alive during the winter during winter, and it doubles as variance in the diet with vegetables. Turnip farming, yeah, we love turnip farm. Kind of keep animals during winter, doubles as variance in diet with vegetables. Fertility. I might put in a thing for like, hey, here's cash crops, because cash crops are very important. Let's do resources now. So what resources are there? So obviously we have things like bog iron. We have, I'm going to say it's going to be quality wood. So let me think, what else? Other natural resources of Iceland. Oh, I forgot. Everything is okay. Well, we need fish, whale, ivory, because walrus hunting was a big deal in Iceland, which is so Iceland walrus hunting. Hunted, yeah, you want to hunt walrus? Yeah, go for it. Hunt Icelandic walrus for ivory. Let me see. Trying to think of what else. I'm trying to think at the top of my head. Let's see. We have fish, whale, ivory. I had all of these written. Actually, let's do. What natural resources do you claim you have? It's actually marine freshwater, nature protection, National Energy Authority, because Iceland's actually like one of the few things that run entirely off of sustainable energy, because they have giant geothermal vents. Natural resources of Iceland. Iceland resources. They also have a absolute fucking massive main source of income is tourism. What resources are scarce? Mineral resources. Icelandic income. Tell me glass ceiling index. Don't give a shit. Tell me about. I'm trying to think of like what I'm looking for here, because I can see it in my noggin. my noggin is jogging. Let me see. Does anyone actually play any Notepads games? I have had people actually claim to play them. Quite a few. Usually the people who play them are I either it's for them, or I like have written it for them, or it's people who have claim to have claim to have played them, or like they make some edits to them. See, like one of the ones I remember is that's why I know Bloodcoin and Steel works is because someone actually documented their particular game with it, and it worked beautifully, just the way I wanted to. Also, OSR stuff. OSR is good. I think OSR sometimes gets shat on a little bit. What does Walrus taste like? Fatty. It kind of there's nothing wrong with OSR. I think OSR gets a bad rap sometimes simply due to the fact that there are certain members of the OSR community that can be a little bit contentious. Like, and those people happen to be the loudest. The very loudest. And it gets... Morkborg is not OSR. It's not. It can claim to be OSR. It ain't. It never is. Let's see. For 5e stuff, I should do a stream on 5e. Like, I really should. Not necessarily go over, but kind of like its effect on the industry. I am debating on doing like the indie crab bucket stream. I know how to do that. Let's like Catan resources. Because actually, clay in Iceland, Icelandic clay. Iceland economy. Iceland economy. Economy of Iceland. History. Economic history of Iceland. Pre-1800s. Through barter. To the Saga age. Hello, the Saga. Iceland. Yeah, I guess I could probably cut it down, so I wouldn't really need to do that. I mean, what else? Like, I'm actually like heavily debating like what kind of resources would be there because like nothing. This wasn't written down. I don't think like you got to remember none of this shit was written down. You just got the bog iron. You just cut down the trees. There was no writing system really. People just knew it, or it was already there. So kind of doing that gets a little bit weird. So that's why I'm like, that's why I'm kind of going back and forth in my head. I'm like, how is this gonna fucking work? Unless I just say fuck it. So if we use this, like these are the main like natural resources of Iceland. We can use that like oh. Is the ice? It is the. Let's see. Yeah, it's the Arctic fox, so seal fat. Seal. So whale, ivory, seal. And then it would technically, I guess you would also need fox fur and then fur. These are our resources. If you've noticed, a lot of them are actually coastal. Ta-da! So, okay. Bog iron. Bog iron. Bog iron. So what we're going to do is we're going to do resource and then a description. So bog iron, actually I should put in a location. So description. Bog iron is located in bogs and bogs and swamps. Native bogs and swamps along the. And it is valuable. It is valuable due to being able to produce iron with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, and probably what I. So alongside rivers, swamps, and bogs, pretty standard stuff, nothing too exciting there. However, we're also going to put this right here, and it's going to be description. It's going to be, let's see, a resource, description, and what it does, and then value, I guess. That's what we'd call it. Yeah, let's call it value. So what we can do is +3, actually going to be 3 horde, 3 horde annual, or +1 power, or we'll do +2 power annual. Actually, +1 power annual. So not that big, but it does boost your resources up very well. Quality wood, the woods of Iceland. Actually, what kind of trees in Iceland? Trees in Iceland. What trees grow in rowan, poplar, and birch? What's the oldest tree? So the European rowans. Okay. Not by much. When was Iceland deforested? Forest covering 40%. Okay. So I'm not going to actually put it because we don't know. The woods of Iceland are thick and tough. Are thick and tough. Perfect for building ships and other goods. Value, it's going to be 3 horde. Actually, it's going to be 2 horde because again, 2 horde, which is going to be seasonal, or a nar, which is going to be nar annual. So if you have actual quality wood, you can build a boat Boat is good. Boat makes you be able to do things. Let's see. What the fuck are you guys talking about? What in God's name? What the fuck are you got? What the fuck is going on in my god? No, 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 we're not going to comment on it. We're not going to comment on the homoerotic chat going on in my, or you can get a long ship annually, which is pretty good. Quality wood. We like long ships because long ships make us very rich. Actually, we can, not long ship annual. We're going to do long ship every 2 years. It's going to take a little bit of time to get it, but if you have it, the woods of Iceland. So fish, a staple food for the people of Iceland. There are hundreds of variety of fish, fish to catch, eat, catch, cook, and eat, which is going to be 5 feet, which is going to be 5 feed, which is actually it's going to be worth. We're going to say 8. Actually, we're going to say it's going to be worth 4 feed. Coasts. So the idea behind 4 feed, not necessarily that you're feeding it to your animals. It's more along the lines of you're able to kind of mitigate some of the diet. Instead of, having that full crop full of stuff, of being able to give it to the animals and stuff, you can kind of restrict some of the feed. You can kind of restrict some of that because you're feeding yourself with it. So your feed is a little bit more efficient. Because you have fish. And get more fish, so you eat better. Actually, I should say is 4 feed. 4 feed or 2 honor season. Or 2 honor annual. If you just want to sell fish, go for it. The quality wood is going to be, where do strong trees grow? Bending in the wind. How do trees grow? So this would be inland, but not in the highlands. Whale, massive creatures which frequent the coasts. Having whale hunting. A single whale can feed a clan. Feed a clan for months, while its bones and resources can be converted, can be sold easily. So its value is going to be 3 feed, 3 hoard, and 3 honor. And this is all going to happen once. It's going to happen annually. Actually, 4 feed, 4 honor, 4 hoard, and annually. With the idea being like you're selling all of this, and obviously this is going to be located along the coasts. Where do walruses breed? I guess that would be the correct term. Off-pack eyes, remote from shore. Okay, so coastal. So we learned about walrus breeding habits here today, kids. Yay! So, walrus are large, blubbery creatures which reside on the beach, on the far northern beaches. Their ivory is priceless. And they're going to be worth 8. They're going to be worth 8 horde. 8 horde annually. Which is quite a bit, actually. Actually, we're going to bump that up to 12 horde annually. And they're going to be located on inland coasts. Actually, coastal coasts and some coasts, and then seals are going to be coasts as well, and then fur, which is going to be inland woods. Inland woods. So seal, blubbery mammals that tend to reside on the coasts across the island. On the island, they're rich in fat, and their skin is warm. And they're going to be pretty reliable. They're going to give you 5 horde or 5 honor every annually, with the idea being that you are literally selling it. Fur. Arctic foxes. Arctic foxes are the only animal native to this land. While they hunt small, they are, however, their fur is prized. They're going to be worth 8 horde annually. And then inland woods. Okay. So we've got all of our. I can probably do a little bit more tweaking with the resources. Also, if I'm not reading chat, give me a second. I am literally... This is called focus, everybody. Let's do 1.5, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have 4. Yeah, let's do 3. We are going to do this. We're going to do this. This. Now this is the cool new thing. We can do that. Haha. We do that. Make sure nothing breaks, and then. Okay, so we did that. Yes, I have to allow that. It's fine. Let's see. Got to TTRPG. Whales included. Swear to God, only walrus sex. Well, if you do hit me up, let's see. Oh God. Yeah, I'm trying my best here. Like. I am an open soul. I try to let everyone kind of say what they want. I will only really police things if it gets real bad. We'll do that. Can I do just a little bit there? And then, yeah, that should actually we do this. There we go. I think this works pretty well because. If we do this, not every tile will have being open land with simple being open land or being open land. These territories are required. When a resource is found, it it will be exploited automatically. It will be exploited automatically. However, a resource can be fully harvested for triple its value, but it erases it permanently. The harvesting takes a full year. Takes a full year to accomplish. But and full years to accomplish, and the resources will be paid out at the end of it. So, pretty much what that is implying, what that's saying, is you can take, say, a area where you have bog iron, and just exploit the shit out of it. It is, you take everything there, you rip it out of the ground, and you pretty much make it so it's not really usable anymore. Like, yeah, people are going to do it, but it's going to take a long-ass time where it doesn't even really matter. Or that's you killing all of the Arctic foxes in an area. That's you killing all the seals, killing all the whales so they never come back. You can do this. And that's what happened with the idea of quality wood. Actually, we'll even do their 3 years. The idea of, like, quality wood, which is, yes, the wood is very valuable and you can use it for some good stuff. You can, in fact, just harvest the entire area of wood, have some farmland, and then also have a longship at the end of the year. Because you just harvested all the wood you need, rather than kind of wait for it to grow back and all that. Not die or be evicted. Let's see, contextually, that's fine. I'm trying to be like, contextually, that's okay. Remember, everybody, automod does not actually discriminate. You check for consistency. Check what you're saying. Please. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy, Twitch. Let's see. So, it raises it permanently. Harvesting takes 4 years to accomplish, and the resource will be paid out at the end of it. Each of these, there are... Actually, what I can do... during the Mythic Age, the clan may come into contact with special resources, which will only last a few years at best. These can be incredibly valuable, but fleeting. Below are a few examples of what may be found during a more magical year. So, resource. Oh, let's actually. Elf wood. The elves in the wood. The elves in the woodland are trading their valuable good for food stuff and little goods. Food stuff and little knickknacks. The wood is horrendously the wood is tough and unbreakable. and this is going to be 5 horde. It's going to be 5 horde a year, annually, or 5 horde a year. It's going to be 8 honor annual, or 1 long ship. It's going to be a long ship annually. So the idea is that you have magic elf wood location, deep woods and mystic locations. So, and we're going to do giant bones, massive hardened bones protrude from the ground. They must be from a giant. And these are going to give a solid 10 horde, and 5 honor annual. Anywhere where giants are. What would be some other, like, vaguely mythical things that you could find? Yeah, there we go, black ivory. Creatures with fangs. Creatures with fangs and terrible cackling. Are filled with this Icarus ivory. Foul. It's going to be -1 honor annually, and +2 authority annually. Actually, no, it's going to be -1 honor and +2 authority annually. Pretty much, you're killing nasty monster things and using their ivory to make yourself stronger. Mobile games, yes, mobile games. I did write that. Let's see. So this would be in deep woods. What would be another good one? Let me see. What would be another? Ding ding. Hello, phone. What's up, phone? Oh, nice. What am I thinking of? I can see it in my mind. It's going to be something spooky. Troll fur. Trolls are a constant problem. But actually, trolls Norse. Let me see. So, Trollkalkmuk. Ball. Jotna, Rota, to the mountain. Encounter between unnamed troll woman and 9th century scald Bragi Brodson. A certain forest late one evening, aggressively asked him who he was and proceeded to describe herself. Let's see, are not Christianized, considered dangerous to human beings, depending on their source. Their appearance varies. So what we would want to do is one of these. So troll fur. What would be something troll-like? Oh, troll stone. Trolls are a constant problem, but being exposed to sunlight. Being exposed to sunlight can stop them in their tracks. The stone is strong and mystical. And mystic. So, with this, you're going to be able to we'll say 3 authority, and 2 horde, seasonal. Where would be? It would be mountains and highlands. So we'll put an image right there. Kind of what I want to do with this particular section is say, like, if you want to have fun with it and if you want to kind of put in more of that magical aspect of things, feel free to put in some more bizarre resources. It also is kind of indicating, like, that you could also decide that why is my friend posting this? My friend decided to become a VTuber and he scares me sometimes. What occurred is that you can decide that if you really want to is merge kind of put in your own resources, and that's what the idea is. Like, you can kind of use resources for a variety of things, and those variety of resources are very important. And feel free, have fun, do stupid shit. Sometimes, like, some blockers do, some blockers don't, I realize, mostly on Twitch. It's very inconsistent, because what I did, fun fact, if everyone's back and alive here, what I did is I have my ads manager set up, is once every hour I play a 1-minute ad. If you don't do that, ads will pop up anytime you join the stream or whenever the fuck Twitch feels like it. It's kind of a devil's bargain, being this, like, I have it set up, it's there, nothing I could really do about it, because they literally get mad at you if you don't. I know for this weekend I'm not going to have it. However, the idea is I'm going to probably run a 1-minute ad at the end of the first section. I'm going to run that 1-minute ad because it's literally called pre-rolls. And what a pre-roll does is anytime you were to join the stream, you would have to see an ad. That's what it is. Is that you can, if the person is running ads, like actually clicks the button to run the ad, you don't actually get the pre-roll. Like, you get a certain amount of time where pre-rolls don't run. With the ad manager system, it kind of disables that because you have everything kind of like on a constant loop. At least that's what it supposedly says it does. I might have to double check everything again. But generally speaking, I want to minimize the number of ads everybody sees. Because I get annoyed with those. But Twitch is giving me my personhood. In exchange, I have to give them my soul. So, what we're going to do here is I'm going to do the terrain. I actually have to go. This took a little bit longer than I was hoping, but terrain. Let's see, like, case in point. Give me 1 second. life. Yeah, it's Twitch is kind of the better of, like, to me anyway, it's the better of two evils. I mean, it's kind of a shithole on either side. YouTube streaming has its own issues that I'm not a huge fan of. Let me see. So resources, like, not resource-wise, this would be terrain. Terrain, which would be, like, we'll do river, mountain, valley. River, mountain, valley. Not terrain of Iceland. We'll just do that. Terrain of Iceland. Geography. Plateau is uninhabited. Much of the terrain consists of plateaus. Fertile lowlands. There are many deep fjords. Fjords. So fjords. Glaciers. Black sand beaches. Let's do geyser. Geyser, volcanoes, because that's like a big problem in, and Iceland lava fields. Welcome to the lava fields, motherfucker. Yeah, so lava fields. So river. The tile. So actually what we're going to do is the tile. Tile has a river flowing through it. It naturally produces, so has a river flowing through it. Actually, what we can do is we can split river in two. What we can do is a thin river. Actually, we'll do a deep river and a shallow river. So the tile has a deep river makes traversing the area complicated. Taking more time. And it produces nothing. It's kind of the idea, like, actually not making the traversing the area complicated. And we're going to put you right here, and then value plus two, it's going to have 2 feed annually by just fishing in the area. That's literally all it is. Shallow river. A shallow river allows for easy crossing. That's for easy crossing. Area complicated, but actually I should say, but a boat can freely access it. So this is going to produce only 1 feed annually because there's not going to be as much fish in there. Mountain. A mountain dominates the tile. Making travel impossible. Making travel incredibly slow. Value. None. There is no value by going in the mountain. So, a crevice in the earth. Earth holds bountiful goods. Holds bountiful quality. Doesn't produce anything. But usually the idea is, if let's say there's a valley in about like 3 tiles, so we're going to be able to see like that valley in 3 tiles might have, like perfect, might have perfect tile. They might be perfect tiles. So it's kind of, everyone kind of wants to go to the valley in a place that may only have really shitty land. It's like, yeah, here's this valley. It's good. I do mention Bjork a little bit. I have been debating on doing D-Live. I actually have been debating it. Seth got paid a shit ton of money. By a lot of money. I remember that. But it was he only did that. He doesn't actually do that many vids, actually. But one thing I do respect about the man is that Seth only does video. He only charges when he actually puts out a video. So I've always respected that about it. One thing about him as well is what I find fascinating with Seth is that he is a notorious perfectionist, apparently. Like scrap entire projects tier perfectionist. Like that's why the last video he did, I know it wasn't Amazing Cultivation Simulator, was it? No, it was High Fleet. That's why High Fleet took so long, and in Amazing Cultivation Simulator before it, is because he like scrapped half of the Amazing Cultivation Sim video at one point and just redid it. And he had to pay Jap a bunch of money. I've talked to Jap before. Jap is hilarious. Jap is a weird man. He makes a shit ton of money now doing Loud House porn, though. So, remember that, kids. Let's see. Actually, how do you even describe a fjord? Fjord. A long, narrow, deep inlet of sea between high cliffs. Deep, long, narrow, let's see, between high cliffs. Odd to navigate around. And value. It's not going to produce, actually, I could say it's going to produce, we'll say 2 feed. 2 feed annually. By virtue of just having, fish and stuff. Glaciers. A large section of ice and complicated night. A large section of ice with little in the way of life. I should say, though. Technically, I should say for that, and the value is none. Geysers, none. Volcanoes, none. Actually, I should say volcanoes, death. Death is in the volcanoes. Lava fields, I should have to, it should be, farming, great, actually, it should be farming at, actually, a feed on farms is at +5. Because lava fields, let's do a lava field, like, lava fields, actually, wait a second. So yeah, there isn't actually that much. I actually went here before. Fun fact. Very cool place. So it's not really much of anything. So across the top, underneath across the dew. Wrinkled folded sheets, bulbous. Okay, so volcanoes are going. So lava fields produce nothing. Actually, I should do. What I should do is put this here and then feed/grazing. Feed/grazing. No. Actually, I should say deep river, no. Shallow river, feed. Actually, I should say yes. Mountain, no. Valley, yes. Fjords, no. Glaciers, no. Geysers, no. Volcanoes, no. And then lava fields, grazing. So there we go. Geysers. A hot stream, a burning stream of hot water. Of water rapidly spews from the area. Spews from the geyser. Actually, how would you describe a geyser? What's the technical definition of a geyser? Spring characterized, just ejected turbulently accompanied by a stream. There we go. Ejected turbulently. There we go. You can't really do anything on it, but actually what I should say is, technically, I guess you could. Actually, no, I don't. No, you couldn't. Like, there's no, like, land around there that would be, like, actually, like, valuable in any remote way. So, no, you wouldn't be able to do that in a geyser. Volcanoes. A mountain that has volcanic activity. Hopefully it doesn't explode. No, value, death. Lava fields. A desolate area ravaged by my lava flow. It has, however, after growing back, it is rough terrain, but life does grow. After growing back, it is rough terrain. There we go. You can use it for grazing, can't really do much else with it, so... fjords, glaciers, geysers, volcanoes. What other terrain technically is there? Nothing. I do not actually believe there is any other kind of terrain. Retrieve fitty. Can I sell lava? No, you cannot sell lava. Lava's going to kill you. Private fap game with no pet. No, I don't hate myself. I don't hate you or anyone else that much. Though if you do want to subscribe to my Patreon, you can go right there. So, okay, so we want to do terrain here. We want to put you right here. Paste unlinked. Actually, see, I know the cursed reality is that I damn well know, the second I would offer that, the guys would, the people who do FAP would be all over that in the worst ways possible. The absolute worst ways possible. So I know, don't worry, I've come to accept my lot in life. As I am the only human being probably ever to, like, legitimately, like, go over FAP. Because I hate myself. Though I also do have that as something that I can claim that nobody else has done. Like, here's a legit review of FAP. Have fun. I don't know why you would have fun, but you can. Shallow river, easy crossing, geysers, deep terrain. Okay. Terrain. Some terrain. Most terrain. A tile with a terrain. With a terrain is automatically exploited. exploited once it's claimed. In addition to having the benefits of claiming such a valuable resource, a valuable piece of land. Actually, I should say +1 feed, +1 feed, +1 feed, and +1 and +2 grazing. +1 feed, +1 feed. We'll put this here, this here, this here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it there for today because I need to actually go here real soon. I'm going to pay you. I would just shill for some horrible TTRPG. I know someone did actually want to pay me for to review Benoit's again, I believe it is. The Finnish man's games. He wanted to pay me actual money to go over all of Ben's games, which I thought was the cringiest shit I've ever had the displeasure of hearing about. So here's the plan. We've got Iceland, we've got all this. What I'm gonna do, what the plan is by next Friday, pretty much the next stream we're going to be doing for this particular game. I want to do a few things. The major thing is I want to get this to actually look correct and pretty. That's going to just take some time. It's not going to be too exciting. I want to get this done, the brief history of Iceland, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. I kind of know exactly what I want to say. Then what I want to do is I want to get the second half of this done, just going over the farm a little bit more of like, here are some things that you can do to just build up your general farm and kind of the expectations of the said farm. The fact that he wanted to pay me to review a game, I was like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Even I was like, yeah, my honor goes so far, but that's a little cringe there, broski. That's a little cringe. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. I want to get some of this section done. It's going to be a little bit of house cleaning for this, because after we get done with this section, after we get done with this, we then move on to the honor economy, which is going to be a lot more about like the seasonal, like how seasons work, how the house works, and how shit like that works. Actual conflict, like conflict and intrigue, that's going to take like 5 minutes, because it's going to be me copying and pasting effectively from Blood, Coin, and Steel. Because it's not that complicated to do. Combat is not like a big, exciting thing that needs miniatures and shit. It's really not. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be very intense and very kind of in your face. Hell, there are literally some abilities in the game, some benefits and drawbacks, well, benefits anyway, that allow you to instantly kill someone when you reduce them to 0 wounds. The idea being you don't necessarily want to kill people, because killing people is sometimes dangerous. It's scary, because then their family is going to probably want to do it. Think big picture is what I want to do. So yeah, so honor economy is going to be I want to get that done on Friday. The goal is to get this done on Friday. The honor economy, combat, intrigue, and then probably next Monday, because we got a little bit delayed, we'll do Through the Ages. There is a non-zero chance, though. There's a non-zero chance that I will maybe stream on Sunday. The stream on Sunday would be just doing Through the Ages, and that'll mostly be because I don't have my game on Sunday. It's my friend's birthday, and in case you're wondering, it's like, oh, well, why aren't you going to go hang out with your friend? My friend's about 9 hours away if you go 90 miles down the road. Like, he's in another state completely. So he's going to be celebrating his birthday with his friends and with his family. I'm going to be kind of hanging out. So my day was like, I don't know. So I might actually just finish this game up then. But yeah, that's the plan. It's just going to be a lot of housework and a lot of just wrapping everything up in a nice little bow. So, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all, hopefully, on Friday. And don't forget, this Saturday, The Curious Case of Japanese Tabletop Role-Playing Games number 3 is going on. There will be a big ping, and it's going to be at noon EST. So, thank you all. Godspeed. Good luck. I'll catch you on the flip side.